Good morning, this is Colette Kawaii, and I'm going to give you my initial review on, the Chainsaw Man Episode 1, Season 1, full episode breakdown. Spoiler alert for Chainsaw Man Episode 1 as well as the manga. I have read through the entire manga, so I know all the information going into the anime that some people who have not read the manga won't know. I will try not to spoil too much, but there are some things that I think other people may want to hear, people that have read the manga may want to hear my opinions on, so that's what that. I'm going to intersperse my actual initial reactions compared to what I've written down now after the fact, after I've watched everything. So far I've only watched episode 1. Even though episode 2 is out, I've only watched the first one. Okay. Alright, I've got my pie. I'm going to start the episode, okay?
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion.
Ooh, it looks so good. Look at my pie. Oh, I don't like this CG. It's like a CG, right?
I think.
I don't like it. Oh yeah, that's the same for the...
Not really like it. She thought it was,
This is the episode titled Dog and Chainsaw. And my initial thought, first I'm going to get into the animation. It's very different compared to what we're used to in the anime community. It's a little 3D kind of, a little CGI. And it took a little getting used to, but my first reaction was that it was a little strange. I didn't really like it. I also thought, I wrote down, no, why would they do that? Because it kind of felt like, I don't know, I'm just so not used to it and it's something new, but maybe that's just my thoughts when I see it. I'm kind of like, like, maybe I'm an old fart, like, I'm just so used to that old stuff. But the opening shot is this scene where we are the viewer, we are Denji, and we're walking up towards the door that he sees in his dreams / nightmares. And I thought that was really cool. That was really cool. It felt like a video game. My mom said it felt real, like real life, and not an animation. So let's move on. Denji's character design. I do like his character design. I thought he looked really cool. I think he looks a lot older in the anime than he does in the manga. In the manga, he looks a little bit more boyish and kind of goofy, and in the anime, he's still goofy, obviously, but they kind of made him look older. He's supposed to be 16 at this point. Oh my god. That's the noise Pochita makes? So cute. Pochita is so cute. I thought it's so cute. The noises that the little chainsaw Pochita makes is adorable. I don't know how I feel about the voice acting. I found it a little grating, but I think I may get used to it. But my first reaction was, that's a little... Oh, I like this song.
yeah, it's really good.
Now moving on. The opening song. It's called Kickback by Kenshi Yonezu. And oh my god, slaps. So good. I never watched the openings more than once, but I feel like I will be watching this opening. The song is really good. Makes me want to do a cover on it. Oh, and the opening, I was told this by my sister. It's a bunch, she saw this on TikTok, it's a bunch of movie scenes that they took and they like redrew as the characters in Chainsaw Man. So cool. Very cool concept. I liked it. Like there's one from The Big Lebowski, that one I remember the most. Okay, the whole zombie scene. When I have a previous video I can put down over here somewhere that I can link you to, where I talk about the first half of the manga, chapters 1 through 50. And in that, I don't go into depth on the zombie scene with the zombie devil, who is the Yakuza guy who's been hounding Denji to pay back the debt that his father owes. And it was much cooler here than in the manga. In the manga, it kind of lost me, and it wasn't, like, it didn't feel fleshed out. And the anime kind of ties it all together. It's less confusing and it's easier to understand the fight scene than in the manga. And I think that's just because they have the liberty of showing movement, as opposed to in the manga it's just these, one shots, the most important things you have to see. The zombie devil actually made me giggle because he looks so goofy with his head in the middle of his torso. Like, actually, Obviously I can roll a clip, but it actually makes me burst out laughing. Okay, the Chainsaw Man design. Thought he looked so cool. Totally reminded me of Venom with the tongue out and the giant gaping mouth. So cool. It still looks like a dude with like, just like a head, you know, but I thought it looked really cool. And I liked being able to see it move for the first time. That was very cool. However, the fight scene is not super fast paced, and all the zombies that are being controlled by the zombie devil kind of go after him one by one, and I was kind of like, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, if you're fighting, it wouldn't be one-on-one constantly. Wouldn't everybody go at you at the same time? But that always happens in fight scenes, and that always happens in animes. But it just felt like the zombie devil was letting him win. I know I'm not supposed to think about it like that, but I was kind of like, I don't know. Whoa, like bowling balls. I don't remember being this brutal. So cool. You know, and it looks like Venom. I finally, though, okay, because I have read the manga up until the chapters that matter currently, I finally understand why Chainsaw Man Denji asks Makima for a hug as soon as they meet, because Pochita is Denji at that point. All Pochita wanted was a hug as Chainsaw Man, and he finally got that with Makima, so maybe that is like the tying factor that you don't know until you finish reading the manga. But I was like, oh, it like hit so much harder knowing that going into it. That doesn't have as big of an impact as it does in the manga, because he talks about the bread and jam and butter and what he'll put on his bread and like all these different jams, right? So it hits different. But when she says it there, they only mention it like really quickly in passing.
They only mentioned it earlier.
So it doesn't mean anything to me. But
well,
it means less.
It. Yeah.
It means way less, because it seemed really important to him. He was like, my dream is to have whatever I want for breakfast, and I want to have I want to have bread with butter and jam, all the jam, like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. The one line that works less here than it does in the manga. In the manga, Denji talks so much about how all he wants is a good breakfast. He has no money. He basically only has enough money for a slice of bread, and he can't even toast it. He talks about all he wants is bread and jam and butter and whatever jams, any kind of preserves he can put on his toast or his bread. And in the anime, they only mention it once. And then at the end, he asks Makima what they'll eat, and she mentions bread and jam, which was Denji's dream. But in the manga, is more important, and in the anime it feels like they kind of lack going into that. It doesn't seem as important. They don't mention it as much, but I'm guessing that's because this is one episode. You can't put that much in one episode, as opposed to in the manga where it's like 10 chapters that they're covering. Or not 10, like 5 chapters. Okay, and that's basically it. That's like the most important stuff. We get to the end of the episode. Makima picks up Denji, and he's going to work with her for the bureau. So in episode 2, I'm looking forward to meeting Aki and Power. I believe that's where they're going to come in. She's going to introduce Denji to Aki, definitely, and I think this is going to be the episode possibly where Power tries to kill Denji. So hopefully that happens. I can't wait to hear Power's voice. I hope it's good, because if it's not good, it can be very annoying very quickly with her character type, her archetype. I'm so used to them being really annoying. Oh, I should mention I'm watching the subbed version. I do not watch dubbed almost ever. I think the only animes I've ever watched dubbed were Ouran High School Host Club and Hatalia, which I also watched on YouTube. Those are possibly the only ones. Okay, and I can't wait for more of the comedy to be introduced. Nothing was funny. I can't wait for things to start getting funny in the next episode. Hopefully. Okay. Thank you for joining me. This was my quick analysis of episode 1 of Chainsaw Man /review, and I will be moving on to episode 2. It's already come out, so hopefully I can move quickly and watch it and get my review and immediate reactions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I post every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Not every single Sunday, but hopefully every single Sunday at 6 p.m. And follow me on Instagram at Colette Kawaii, as well as TikTok at Colette Kawaii. On Instagram, I will let you know before I post a YouTube video, so that's important. Hit the like bell, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.